$2.3 million is alleged that Beyonce and Jay-Z, the Carters, paid this hospital to have the right.
Beyonce couldn't get pregnant, not naturally. What I do know is this. Beyonce got on that stage with that fake baby bump. It was lined up with the same timing of where Kathy White would have been in her second trimester. The timeline of when she delivered Blue Ivy lines up almost perfect with the timeline of when Kathy White would have delivered. We all know that Blue Ivy came from a surrogate. They shut that hospital down who had just had children themselves, weren't even allowed to see their own kids.
Some people online are spreading wild claims that Blue Ivy might not be who everyone thinks she is. Rumors say Jay's late rumored mistress, Kathy White, was pregnant around the time of her passing, and gossip blogs have been speculating about this for years. Things got even messier when Jaguar Wright jumped in, pointing fingers and saying Beyonce was tied to Kathy's tragic story. Claims that shook up the fan base big time. The theory goes Beyonce allegedly faked her pregnancy while Kathy was carrying a baby, and after Kathy's passing, Bey made headlines with news that she had given birth. None of this has been proven, but that hasn't stopped the internet from running with it. And then out of nowhere, Katt Williams added fuel to the fire by echoing Jaguar's words and hinting that he believes the story too. People had mostly moved on from this old controversy until last year when Beyonce dropped her album, Cowboy Carter. One track in particular, Daughter, set the internet on fire with wild speculation. Some fans started whispering that the song was a coded confession tied to the rumors about Kathy White's tragic passing. The theory claims Beyonce might have been hinting at silencing her lover's mistress, with him allegedly helping to cover it up, though of course there's never been proof of that. The title alone had people connecting dots, saying Daughter was a nod to Blue Ivy, who conspiracy theorists believe was the baby Kathy was carrying at the time. The lyrics definitely added fuel to the chatter, with lines like, "Your body, laid out on these filthy floors, your blood stains on my custom couture. Now I rip your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do." Some listeners brushed it off as pure artistry, but others claimed the details felt way too specific to be random. As always, it's up for debate. Was it just music? Or was Beyonce dropping secrets in plain sight? When Kathy White passed, reports said the cause was a brain aneurysm. But over time, people online began digging deeper, and the timeline started looking suspicious to them. Let's rewind to August 28, 2011. Beyonce made her iconic pregnancy reveal at the MTV VMAs. The timing of that announcement compared to Kathy's reported pregnancy had conspiracy theorists raising eyebrows. Here's why. Beyonce was said to have given birth to Blue Ivy on January 12, 2012. Around that same time, rumors claimed Kathy was also pregnant, and just days before Beyonce's due date, Kathy was found dead in her home. Then, at the very start of the new year, Beyonce suddenly announced the birth of Blue Ivy. That overlap made some people online convinced that Beyonce may not have actually carried the child herself, sparking long-standing surrogacy theories. In these theories, Kathy is suggested as the possible surrogate. For those who don't know, with gestational surrogacy, the surrogate carries the embryo but isn't biologically related to the baby. The embryo comes from the intended parent's egg and sperm, so the child still shares genetics with them. Fans who push this rumor point out that Blue Ivy looks just like both Jay and Bey, while still claiming Bey was never really pregnant. Adding more fuel to the theory, skeptics always bring up that viral clip where Beyonce's baby bump appeared to fold when she sat down on a talk show. While many chalk it up to wardrobe or camera angles, others insist it was proof she was faking it. To this day, the pregnancy rumors remain one of the internet's biggest Beyonce conspiracies.
What must have been a fake baby bump visually collapsed as she sat down. I admit, that did look weird, but maybe it was a weird camera angle, or maybe she wears extra padding to keep her due date a secret. And yes, maybe Beyonce isn't actually pregnant.
How many pregnant women have you ever seen with a belly that folds in like that when they sit down? That clip has fueled endless speculation online. Some conspiracy theorists even claim Beyoncé allegedly made sure Kathy was gone after the baby was born because they believe Kathy would have gone right back to Jay-Z, and Bey supposedly didn't want that drama in her life. The rumor goes even further. People online say Kathy's passing also meant she could never come forward later to expose Beyoncé. And then there's the money talk. Reports claimed Bey and Jay spent over $1.3 million to clear out an entire hospital floor when Beyoncé was supposedly giving birth to Blue Ivy. Fans have asked, was all that really necessary? Unless there was something being hidden from the public? Allegedly, of course. Adding even more fuel to the whispers, fans often point to Beyoncé's song, Anger. In it, she delivers some dark lyrics about doing anything to keep her man, even wearing the skin and hair of a deceased lover if that's what it took to hold on to him. Lines like that have had people connecting dots, saying she was dropping hints in plain sight.
If it's what you truly want, I can wear her skin over mine, her hair over mine, her hands as gloves, her teeth as confetti, her scalp a cap, her sternum my bedazzled cane. We can pose for a photograph, all three of us, immortalized, you and your perfect.
One of the biggest twists in this story came from a since-deleted report by Hollywood Street King. The outlet claimed they spoke to an officer who was connected to the investigation into Kathy White's death, and according to them, her passing might not have been caused by a brain aneurysm after all. The article suggested the case was being looked at as suspicious, sparking endless chatter online. The piece read, "Yesterday, I got the news that Kathy Michelle White had suddenly passed away. So I quickly began my investigation, and guess what? Kathy did not die from a brain aneurysm as reported widely around the internet today. According to an NYPD detective, Kathy's cause of death is uncertain. Later today, we will have the autopsy and toxicology reports. Right now, the death is considered suspicious." The article went on to describe how a 911 call came in from an apartment on West 19th Street in Manhattan. Kathy was taken to Beth Israel Hospital after falling seriously ill, and that's where she tragically passed away. The piece stressed it was way too early to confirm an aneurysm, saying medical examiners would need to do both an autopsy and toxicology screening to find the real cause. It even hinted at the possibility she may have ingested something harmful, but also reminded readers the final toxicology results could take weeks to confirm. That article vanished soon after, but the claims still live on across blogs and forums, fueling conspiracy theories to this day. Just 2 weeks before her tragic passing, Kathy White was reportedly contacted by a major tabloid digging into her alleged connection with Jay-Z. Sources claim she didn't give them much at first, but afterward, she supposedly called Jay and hinted she was ready to go public about their rumored affair, if the price was right. What makes this timeline even wilder is the overlap with Beyoncé's pregnancy reveal. According to these theories, just a little over 48 hours after Bey announced she was expecting Jay's baby, Kathy was suddenly gone. And under what many still call mysterious circumstances, the coincidence alone keeps fueling speculation online.
She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them, a little more responsible than the other. Did Sean Carter delete his pregnant mistress because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand, see?
But Jaguar Wright wasn't finished stirring the pot. In another explosive interview, she doubled down with even more shocking claims. She alleged that Beyoncé faked her pregnancy, and even went as far as to say Blue Ivy was actually the baby Kathy White had been carrying before her tragic passing. Jaguar's version of events paints a dark picture, but remember, these are her words, not proven facts. Still, the internet ran wild with her statements.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. You, Sean, you can't even control your wife. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have done a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Cause you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
And then came journalist Liz Crokin, who added even more fuel to the fire. She accused Jay-Z of being tied to Kathy White's tragic passing, claiming she had been preparing to sit down with Kathy for an exclusive interview about the rumored affair just days before Kathy died. That timing alone has kept conspiracy talk alive for years. Crokin even went public with a bold message, tying her claims to Kanye West's past comments about Jay-Z. She said, "I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together." Her words shocked fans and critics alike, and though the post was later deleted, screenshots and reposts made sure it never disappeared from the internet. "Justice is coming," Liz Crokin declared. She went on to say it was only a matter of time before so-called spirit cooking secrets and Jay-Z's alleged dark side would be exposed, just like what's happening with Diddy. She claimed, "Kanye was right. Jay is evil to the core. I pray there will be justice for Kathy White. One day the false idols will fall. Mark my words." And when it comes to Katt Williams, rumor has it he's been careful about how far he goes publicly with these allegations. Word is, he doesn't want to risk being hit with lawsuits, similar to what Jaguar Wright claimed happened after her appearance on Piers Morgan's show. But insiders still say Katt allegedly believes Blue Ivy isn't Beyoncé's biological child. And judging by how many fans agree with him online, it's clear a large crowd continues to support that theory, insisting Blue was stolen from Kathy. So now it's your turn. What do you think about these wild allegations? Do you believe Jay-Z and Beyoncé were tied to Kathy's tragic story, or that Blue Ivy came through a secret surrogacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you check out the next messy video waiting for you right here.